This is Join the Crowd Radio.
Let's get it.
JoinTheCrowd.com.
Welcome to episode 23. Join the Crowd Radio, playlist of life. This is your boy Motzy Says of MotzyMader.com, JoinTheCrowd.com, Spotify. What up? It's time to get into this one, y'all. Let's break this one down. This is called the D in 313, representing that Detroit City, showing love to them older city artists that I felt at the time was dope, still are dope, and will forever be dope. There's so many songs I could have put on this playlist, but these were ones at that time when I put this playlist together that I enjoyed listening to, that I enjoyed just vibing out to, and just, being able to showcase to the world that these are songs that I personally love. Spotify gave me the platform to create the playlist, to create the artwork, and to market and promote it through their platform. So today I'm just basically giving you my insight episode, my insight thoughts, and my inside ideas to how it came together. So you'll hear me talking about the music artists, the producers, the year it was dropped, and all that good stuff. So before we even start getting into each individual song, let me give you what I said about it. We celebrate 2 hours through 35 songs of Detroit's elite MCs, rappers, and hip-hop artists, past, present, and future. Everybody from Eminem, Trick, Slum Village, Dej Loaf, and T Grizzly give you various styles and sounds when you play this. This is what the Motor City sounds like. Y'all ready, Hoodie Gang? Let's get it. First song off this playlist is going to be The Real Slim Shady by Eminem. It was track number 8 off the Marshall Mathers LP. It was released April 18, 2000, and it was produced by Dr. Dre and Mailman. The Real Slim Shady is the quintessential early Eminem song, funny and serious simultaneously with crazy rhyme schemes and devices. As Kalo Soto had asked, will the Real Soul please stand up in 1990, Eminem did here, clearly being influenced by the little-known track. When Eminem originally handed his magnum opus, the Marshall Mathers LP, into Interscope, Jimmy Iovine stated that the album was spectacular. They needed a song to introduce the album. Frustrated, Eminem felt he couldn't produce another My Name Is, yet he was under pressure, so he began rushing recordings. Instead of crafting a formulaic single, he recorded The Way I Am. Just prior to the deadline, Eminem got back in the studio with Dr. Dre, and they swiftly crafted what became the album's lead single. And this is why I do this. You can get a behind-the-scenes viewpoint of what goes on with these songs. Next song off this playlist is going to be Bounce Back by Big Sean. It was track number 3 off the I Decided album. It was produced by Smash David, Amir Johnson, Metro Boomin, and The Hitmaker. It was released October 31st, 2016. Bounce Back is a song dedicated to Sean's ability to rise above taking a loss. The phrase bounce back comes from the idiom bounce back harder than before. In the song, Sean uses a bouncy flow to guide over the beat, and the song was dropped hours after Sean's first single, No More Interviews. The flow Sean uses on the verse is similar to Drake's flow on 6 Man. The beat in the song was originally produced by TM88 and Smash David, and was also used by Juicy J in his song Act. Then this beat traveled to Hitmaker and Metro Boomin, and you know how they flip tracks. And it also became certified gold on January 24th, 2017. That's dope, man. Hoodie Gang, what's up? We out here showing Detroit love right now, so I'm hoping y'all in the groove with me, because we about to get into some classic and legendary Detroit artists. But right now, I just wanted to wake it up with these songs. If you've already heard the playlist, you know what I'm talking about. But let's get into this. Let's get into this whole behind the scenes thing. You know how when you get the CDs and you crack it open, you used to read the album credits and all that stuff. This is just basically a visual effect of that in a sense. Next song off this playlist is going to be Tabernacle by Royce the 5'9". It was track number 10 off Tabernacle, Trust the Shooter. It was produced by J Rose and S1, and it was released March 3rd, 2016. Royce the 5'9" has a long and storied rap career, which he traces back to one fateful day on December 29th, 1997, the day his son was born, his grandmother died, and the day he met his longtime collaborator and evil partner, Eminem. Much like Kanye West's Through the Wire, 50 Cent's Many Men, Royce's Tabernacle serves as a rap origin story, though it comes almost 20 years in the Detroit MC's career. Over cinematic and gospel-tinged hip-hop track, Royce talks about his early days as a rapper coming up in Motor City's famed open mic scene. He then ties it all together on December 29th after he experienced 3 life-changing events. It's a dope song, bro. It's a really, really dope song. I gotta check it out if you haven't. Next song off this playlist is going to be Kurt Cobain by Proof. It was track number 20 off of Searching for Jerry Garcia. It was produced by Emily Haney and it was released August 9th, 2005. First and foremost, I just want to say rest in peace to Proof. Definitely a Detroit legend that definitely needs to get his flowers. In this song, Proof writes a fictional suicide letter. The theme of suicide is evident on the album Searching for Jerry Garcia, also in the song Jump Biatch. There is a dead celebrity theme on the album as well. Jerry Garcia, along with that Jump Biatch, was originally called Eric Clapton Jr., hence why this song is named after Kurt Cobain, who committed suicide in 1994. Although Proof thought his death was suspicious and was uncertain it was suicide. Next song off this playlist is going to be The Setup You Don't Know by Obi Trice. It was track number 3 off The Bars Open. It was featuring Nate Dogg. It was produced by Dr. Dre and Mike Elizondo, and it was released September 23rd, 2003. The Setup is the third and final single from Obi's album Cheers. The song details the deceiving ways of some women and how gullible men fall for the act. Next song off this playlist is going to be Gospel Weed Song by Bizarre. It was track number 3 off the Handicap Circus album. It was produced by Shea Taylor and it was released June 28, 2005. The song covers subjects about religion and marijuana use. The song is noticeably used in the credits of the stoner comedy Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Next song off this playlist is going to be Welcome to Detroit by Chick Trick. It was track number 3 off the People Versus. It features Eminem and it was also produced by Eminem, as well as being released October 11, 2005. After gathering a fairly large local following in his hometown of Detroit, Welcome to Detroit was meant to be Trick Trick's coming out party to the larger world and features a guest spot by fellow Detroit artist Eminem. It is Trick Trick's most successful single to date, just barely hitting the Billboard Hot 100. Next song off this playlist is going to be Purple Pills by D12. It was track number 10 off Devil's Night. It was produced by Jeff Bass and Eminem, and it was released June 5th, 2001. This song is the first single from D12's debut album, Devil's Night. At the time, most MCs rapped about selling drugs and smoking weed, while D12 was just happy to sample everything available on the street as well as in the medicine cabinet. Purple Pills. And everybody know who D12 comprises of. Won't have to get too deep into that, you know. It's just, if you were to break it down, you got Jeff Bass being the producer, Bizarre, Swifty McVeigh, Proof, Denon, Kanava, and of course Eminem. You know how that goes, man. D12. They had an era. The first 2 albums was incredible. And then after that, but you know, it is what it is. Still was an era for Detroit hip-hop. Next song off this playlist is going to be My Mind Says by Mastermind. It was track number 10 off of Liquid Drano, and it was produced by E. Sham. One thing that stuck out about this song, even though it was an old legendary Detroit song, there was this one part in one of his verses where he said, "It's all in your head, you better off dead. I know you need to be fed, but I can't give you your deli bread. So die bitch, die hoe, you fucking with a psycho pimp. And I'm fatally attracted, don't get your ass kicked." Next song off this playlist is going to be Walk Like Me by the legendary Blade Icewood. It was off his album Stack Master. Now, this one's kind of heartbreaking. Blade Icewood was a real street nigga. And he used to always get caught up in street beefs. I mean, being shot, being put in wheelchairs, and then ultimately being murdered, which was crazy at such a young age in his late 20s. But because it's not one of those songs that you would find on the internet, you gotta search and get the origin. I'm gonna just give you a little history lesson who, Blade Icewood was. Real name Darnell Quincy Lindsay, born 1977, died 2005. He was a Detroit-based artist from the 7 Mile area of Detroit. He was slain in gang-related violence on April 19, 2005. Blade Icewood, also known as the Great Lakes Ruler, was a member of the Detroit-based rap group Street Lords. In 2005, Blade formed Icewood Entertainment. It's crazy to see these guys go so soon, man. I mean, granted, he was a street legend, but he also was a dope music artist as well. Next song off this playlist is going to be Ain't No Future in Your Frontin' by MC Breed. It was produced by Herman Long and MC Breed. It was track number 4 off of MC Breed and DFC. And it was released in 1991. There ain't no future in your frontin'. Man, such classic times for hip hop, bro. Just classic times. Next song off this playlist is going to be Sunshine by E Sham. It was track number 19 off of Kill the Fetus, and it was also produced by E Sham. I'm thinking this was released probably like in 1993, sometime in that era. You know, a lot of y'all like, yo, who are these artists? This is the legendary artist section. You see what I'm saying? If you didn't know about Detroit hip hop at that time, you know, I didn't grow up in that era of Detroit hip hop, but I did some research and I had to really, honor those that paved the way for these Detroit artists out now. And E Sham is definitely one of those guys. Next song off this playlist is going to be Deeper by Boss. It was track number 2 off of Born Gangsta. It features Papa Juggy, and it was produced by Def Jeff, and it was released in 1993. Boss talks about her deep issues and how she copes with them. It samples Gwen McCrae's 90% of Me Is You, Barry White's I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little More, Baby, and Dennis Brown's The Promised Land, as well as the Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge. This song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot Rap Tracks back in 1993. Next song off this playlist is going to be Destiny by Fat Cat. It features Melody Rutherford. It was released 2003. It was produced by J Dilla, and it was off the Undeniable LP. Fat Cat isn't one of the most well-known MCs from Detroit, but his biggest claim to fame is probably that he was pretty close to J Dilla. In 2004, he released his solo debut, and apparently the Undeniable LP was released in the Detroit edition as well as a worldwide. Next song off this playlist is going to be Fall in Love by Slum Village. It was track number 11 off of Fantastic Volume 2, and it was produced by the legendary J Dilla. To Fall in Love. For those that don't know, J Dilla was an original member of Slum Village. And even though Fall in Love wasn't a single off of the Fantastic Volume 2 album, it was still such a banger, man. Just such a banger for a song. And that's why I decided to put this on there. Next song off this playlist is going to be Egocentric by LZ. It was track number 5 off of Lead Poison. It was produced by Quell Chris, and it was released March 25th, 2016. The concept for this song is how LZ's ego can sometimes take control of him, influencing how he acts. This song is filled with many braggadocious lines on an otherwise story-driven album, although it is done in such a self-aware manner that it still fits with the introspectiveness of the album. Next song off this playlist is I Can Do No Wrong by Apollo Brown and Guilty Simpson. Guilty Simpson is from Detroit. It was also appearing on his album. It was track number 5 off of Dice Game, and it was produced by Apollo Brown. Next song off this playlist is going to be What's It Worth by Black Milk. It was track number 2 off If There's a Hell Below. It was produced by Black Milk as well, and it was released August 28th, 2014. Black Milk released What It's Worth via his Bandcamp and SoundCloud. That's before any of these streaming services popped off, gangs, just to let y'all know. And it appeared to be what he could see as the first taste off his upcoming album, If There's Hell Below. Next song off this playlist is going to be Time, the Donut of the Heart by J Dilla. It was track 10 off of Donut, and of course it was produced by J Dilla. This is basically a dope instrumental album. They put it out after his passing. Everybody showed him love. Busta Rhymes, Black Thought from the Roots, Questlove from the Roots, Swiss Beats. I mean, like the people and the artists and the producers and oh man, the love was just so good, man. Like, just stretched across, miles across the entertainment business, man. Just knowing he was dealing with his sickness and had time to actually put an album together in that process. And when he passed, this album came out, and everybody just saluted Donuts for what it was. Just a great body of work from a legendary producer. Next song off this playlist is going to be Grown Up by Danny Brown. It was track number 2 on Once Upon a Time in 2012. It was produced by the Party Suppliers, and it was released June 5th, 2012. Next song off this playlist is going to be All Good by Ella J. It was track number 10 off the Yancey Boys, and it was produced by J Dilla. Ella J is actually J Dilla's younger brother, and he put out a project in honor and tribute to his brother, and that's how you got the Yancey Boys project. So I know it was kind of like heartfelt for him to put this out and really emotional, going through his brother's beats and trying to put a body of work together. So I salute Illa J for that, Next song off this playlist is going to be Break the Walls by Lazarus. It features Lady Lecca. It was produced by Dr. Zeus, and it was released February 20, 2020. Welcome to my era. Declare revolution from your illusion. We're looking at the mirror. I cause a panic attack like an act of terror. I rap it clearer from America to back in the air. Crazy. Next song off this playlist is going to be Can't See Me by Dex Osama. It's actually Bangman Turk song featuring Dex Osama. You know, R&P to Dex. Really couldn't get his career off the way you would want him to. Such a dope artist. Meek Mill co-signed. A lot of people showed him love. So to know that a song like Can't See Me is a banger, something that I enjoyed listening to, even though it wasn't his song, it was a song he was featured on. I feel like a song like that he was really getting off on, so that's why I put it on this playlist. Next song off this playlist is going to be No Fear by Dej Loaf. It was off her Liberated album. It was produced by Christoph Anderson and it was released June 6, 2017. Another artist that people thought was going to be a one-hit wonder after the Try Me song, but she came back stronger than ever with this No Fear, and a lot of people enjoyed it, and it just showed her growth as an artist, so you gotta love it and you gotta respect it. Next song off this playlist is gonna be First Day Out by T Grizzly. It was track number 2 off My Moment. It was produced by Hell of a Beats and it was released November 7th, 2016. After a nearly 3-year stint behind bars, Detroit rapper T Grizzly has a lot of items to address during his first day out. Grizzly hard-hitting and deeply personal bars propelled the song to viral fame, generating over 3 million views in just 2 weeks. 2 months after releasing the song, he landed a deal with 300 Entertainment. That's so dope. That boy got out of jail, put out the song explaining everything that went on prior. Ended up getting a fucking viral song as well as a record deal. That's how you do it, man. You use your weaknesses and you turn them into strengths. You use your failures and you turn them into success. And that's what he did. So, gotta salute T Grizzly for that one. Next song off this playlist is Ready Set by Cash Doll. It was track number 2 off the Stack album. It features Big Sean and it was produced by Rush Trail and Take a Day Trip. It's produced by Rush Trail and Take a Day Trip, and it was released June 12, 2019. Ready Set is a collaboration between Cash Doll and Big Sean. On the Braggadocios track, the 2 artists boast about their abilities in the bedroom, also bragging about their material possessions and come up in the rap game. Typical hip-hop shit, type shit. Next song off this playlist is going to be Activated by Sada Baby. It was track number 1 off of Scuba Sada 2, and it was produced by Jose the Plug and released December 17th, 2019. Next song off this playlist is going to be Been Turned by 42 Doug. It was track number 6 off of Young and Turned Volume 2. It was produced by Southside and it was released March 27th, 2020. And Been Turned. Yo Gotti saw something many, man. Lil Baby saw something many, man. Snatched him up, get that boy a record deal. Gotta love it, man. To see these young and shine, bro. Gotta love it. Especially, you got somebody from 2 different areas, a Memphis rapper as well as an Atlanta rapper, saying, you know what, let's snatch this little nigga up and give him a deal, man. See what he can do with it. Next song off this playlist is going to be Number 1 Fan by Babyface Ray. It was track number 3 off the For You, and it was produced by DJ Larry Love. Next song off this playlist is going to be Two Hands by Ice Wear Vizzo. It was featuring Sada Baby. It was produced by P. Dot, and it was released April 9th, 2020. Now watch me push some bitches off with my 2 hands. I ain't gonna even go no further into it. You already know the song. Next song off this playlist is gonna be Hustle Music 3 by Payroll Giovanni. It was track number 3 off of Payface. It was produced by Hell of a Beats and it was released May 12, 2017. Next song off this playlist is going to be Facts by FMB DZ. It was track number 9 off the Gift 3. Next song off this playlist is going to be Trust None by Molly Brazy. It was track number 6 on for Big Brazy. It was produced by Def Beats, Pooh Beats, and Gold Grizzly. And it was released November 22nd, 2017. The reason I'm running through these new artists is just, it's not a lot of info about them. I can research and Google search and do all that shit, but right now I'm just going off of what I have on my screen and the platforms that I use to grab information. But these songs are definitely songs that I just enjoyed listening to. Didn't really think too much into them. Just searching these dope Detroit artists and I came across these artists. So it's just me showing love, especially like this next one. Next song off this playlist is going to be Banner by Calico. Now Calico is a famed battle rap out of Detroit. He stays in Atlanta. He hangs out in California. Father was an affiliate and associate of BMF. We all know who BMF is, but as far as Calico speaking some real rap shit, you know, when he's speaking some real shit that don't got him rhyme, he's one of the few artists that's in battle rap that when you listen to him, you feel it. because there's a lot of truth to what he's saying. There's a lot of honesty to what he's saying. There's a lot of realness to what he's saying. But every now and then, an artist like Calico will put out a song, and Band is one of those songs that stuck for me. And just knowing he's from Detroit, I had to show, some love, some support. And this was out, May 1st, 2019. No need to dig too deep into it, because like I said, these are just a few songs that I snatched to throw on this playlist. But Band is definitely one of those. It's one of those songs that before he battles, he wants to hear it before he comes out on stage. And I gotta respect that. So salute to Calico. Now the last song off this playlist is going to be Detroit versus Everybody by Eminem. You know this song features Danny Brown, Trick, Royce the 5'9", Dej Loaf, and Big Shaw. It's produced by Eminem and Static Selector. This was off that shady, kind of like mixtape or, collaboration album that Eminem put out through a Shady Records. So I feel like I just wanted to put that on here and just show love to it, because it's had some dope Detroit artists on there. And it says Detroit versus Everybody. This playlist is called The D and the 313. So it's just me capitalizing off of showing love and support to Detroit. And I had to put this on there as the final song just to close out. Just in the middle of the playlist, we got Welcome to Detroit, and then we start the playlist off with Eminem, The Real Slim Shady. So I guess y'all see what I'm doing here. Who's the biggest artist out of Detroit? Eminem. You start him off with it. You put a feature with him and Trick in the middle, and then you finish it with a song that he has saluting a bunch of Detroit artists by putting them on a song. It's always a method to the madness, I guess, as they say. But I'm glad you guys can take this journey with me with this one. Now you know what comes next, right? My Motzy Says. Detroit, D-Town, the 313, Motor City, and famously known for 8 Mile because of Eminem. I wanted to put this playlist together because I felt the sound needed to be showcased across all styles and sounds of their city. I did my research on the legends of the past, was already listening to most of those in the present, and I was cool enough to have an open mind to those of the future. The Midwest definitely had its own movement, and this is just me giving a salute to that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. There's so many more artists that came out from Detroit in the time frame that I put this playlist out. Just wanted to show love, man, because I put this out back in June of 2020. So it's just me now coming back to it and just basically just really honing in to the songs off the playlist and giving you perspectives of the songs and producers and release dates and shit like that. That's the whole point of me putting this together. It's like giving you a visual of that vibe when you crack open that CD and you look through it and you see where it was recorded, the album credits, the producers, and so forth and so on. So this was episode 23 of Join the Crowd Radio and Playlist of Life. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Episode 24 is going to come a little sooner than most episodes, because I'm just trying to get back into the feel of things. I got so many things going on. Like I said, I'm building a bigger facility so we can actually have people come in as guests and just give the whole Join the Crowd radio movement a bigger and broader look. So just hoping you guys had the opportunity to enjoy this episode. Hopefully you learned something about Detroit artists, because I'm still learning about Detroit artists. But this was just my way of just showing Detroit love. So many other cities I can cover, so many different styles I can cover, so many different reasons and sounds of music that I can cover in this hip-hop R&B genre. But, I woke up one day and said, yo, let me show Detroit some love. And that's what I did with the 3 and the 313. Until we meet again.
JoinTheCrowd.com